Hello there. So I was going to open this a little bit later in the year, towards the time when it is the 10th anniversary of The Force Awakens, which is quite hard to believe, really. It's gone so fast. But this pack here, among with other things that are old EU, are just... You know, I used to have in my mind the vision of what the sequel trilogy could be, you know, and the Skywalkers. More about that later. Didn't quite turn out like that, did it? But the one thing about this pack I'm really looking forward to is Darth Talon. And if you bear with me, up there, I'm going to give you a quick look at that. Last night, I was in here, I was listening to the launch of Last Figure Standing, the launch party. Go check that out, some details in the description. But I thought I'd just rearrange my wall of Sith. So I've done that, and I'll have a look at that, and she'll be going on there as well. Need to paint it because there's some chips on the wall. So I got this for £40. What? That's a bargain. Given the fact that earlier this year, about 4 or 5 months ago, I opened this, that cost me £500. What? The most expensive thing I've ever opened, ladies and gentlemen. Link in the description to that one. But this is only 40, and it was a great deal, that, isn't it? I mean, I don't know. I've seen her go for all sorts of money. She's rare, isn't she? The only Sith Lord I need now is Darth Crate. That would be nice. But this is awesome. A Twi'lek who has the paint job of Darth Maul. I mean, it's just a winning formula. It's that whole thing, man. Una mezcla. A great Star Wars mix. A bit like a clone trooper. It's a Boba Fett meets a stormtrooper. It's just lovely crossbreeding. So let's have a look on the back. Don't know much about Cade Skywalker. I've heard of him. Obviously I know about Mara Jade and Jason Solo, but again, these characters, I would have loved to have seen them or it play out in the sequel trilogy. I did like The Force Awakens when I watched it. I did. And I loved seeing Luke at the end. I was buzzing and then it just... I won't say any more than that, ladies and gentlemen. Then episode 8 happened. I think I'll just say that much.
Bruh.
Have a look at the back. Look at that. I just think it would have been great to see more of the vision I had in my brain. We all have a vision, right? We have a feel of what Star Wars is, and I think it could have been done a little better, should we say. A lot better. To see a bit more Luke in a role where he is still the good guy, or, you know, in balance, dealing with his children, his siblings. When we first met Rey, I thought, well, the obvious thing would be that she's a Skywalker. Let me start again. The obvious thing would have been that she was Luke's daughter. But then I think logically it would have been nicer that she was Han's daughter, so that would have made their first meeting a lot more poignant or relevant, that he never, when he saw her, he didn't realise it was his daughter or something like that. That would have been the twist. That could have been the twist. Instead they thought, how can we subvert everyone completely, exponentially? I think I would have preferred Rey being nobody, but then she became a Palpatine. I would have preferred her being a Kenobi, to be honest. That could have worked. I mean, hell, if they made Palpatine work, they could have made anything work, couldn't they? But with Kenobi, he could have had a moment where he let go of his celibacy on Tatooine, and we saw a Kenobi series. It's possible. Anyway,
Bruh.
It is what it is. But look at this character. Look at him on the car back. That is Cade Skywalker there. Just imagine seeing Luke's children. Exactly. We still have to imagine it. We never saw it, and that was your chance, Disney. That was your chance. The sequel trilogy was it. And you it all up. And now we have to have 10, 11, 12 featuring everything you buried. I said I wasn't going to get on my soapbox, ladies and gentlemen, but here I am. Do you know what I'm saying, man? Now they can never do anything beyond episode 9 that's of any relevance other than Rey. And I like Daisy, by the way. I thought she was good. As I say, I like The Force Awakens, but it's buried, isn't it? It's dead. Anyway, I can't do anything about that, can we? Can't do anything about it, sadly. So, right, I think I'm going to open this comic pack now. You've got Darth Talon on the left, Cade Skywalker on the right. Interesting, he's got a green saber, just like his father, actually. He wasn't only blue. I like that. The Skywalker's, Luke's first lightsaber, one he never constructed, was blue, and one he did was green. Let's do this. Getting there. Here's the comic. Wow. Who are these people? I love it though. That ain't Darth Talon, obviously, on the front. Looks like Quinlan Vos. And then there's obviously Cade. And who is she? Wow. Very interesting. Let's have a flip through. It really does look like Quinlan, but it's not. It's got horns. Looks like he's from Dathomir. How much does Darth Crate go for now, ladies and gentlemen? Let me know in the comments. I haven't read the other comic yet either. You know, the XR Kun one. Must do it. I do like the artwork in him. God, that really does look like Quinlan, is it? Who is that? Just as I'm flipping through, if I see somebody talking to him and referring to him by his name, then... He looks like that guy from Alien Resurrection. Wesley, whatever his name was. Get that actor, get him back. Probably too old now to play someone of that age now. Oh, there's Talon. There's Crate. Look at that. The species of Bib Fortuna there. They've all got the tattooed thing there. It's like a cult. It wasn't Darth Maul supposed to be in George Lucas's original plans?
You know, George Lucas was going to try and get Darth Maul involved.
Amazing. Who the hell is that? That looks like it could be Mara Jade, but... That's cool. Look at that. Beautiful. Come on, Disney. Sort it out. Rectify. Do something with the World Between Worlds. Make that fucking 789. Make it moribund, please. Ridiculous. Stole our dreams. They destroyed our headcanon. Anyway, let's have a look at this. I always like to look at them just before I take them out. That's a great looking figure. And there she is right there. Darth Talon. Darth Talon. I'm filming this on a Sunday. Got some nice afternoon lighting. Look at that Cade. And I was saying on a video last night, I'd love to get my EU shelf sorted. It's a little bit of a miscellaneous mess. And let's have a look at Cade's card. Wow, I mean, he looks like he could be anything between 30 to 40 there, man. Way into the future. Exciting, isn't it? Oh, I love these comic figures. I was just reacting to seeing the armor there, the guards. Right, who am I getting out first? Let's get Kate. Yeah, let's get her out. Start from left to right. And much as I like to plug his stands, let me show you an Ian Butler stand, folks. These are great for the current TVC figures. I'll leave a link in the description if you'd like one of these stands. 3D printed. If you've got figures with shallow peg holes, these are the best stands. However, I bet you any money, I've got lots of these modern figure stands. There you go, like that. And they're quite good because that one's got a scratch on it. They're quite good because I've got this new glass shelf here now, and they work perfectly with that. But what I'm saying is, I bet you any money that these figures will have deep peg holes, just like figures used to have. Yes, they did. Hasbro, what have you done with them? What have you done? Rubbish. Rubbish. So let's have a look at Darth Talon then. Let me zoom out. And we'll zoom in and go closer in a minute. Wow. That's someone I should have put on my last figure standing list. Ula. I forgot to put Ula on. Oh, there's no articulation in the elbow there. What the France? What is that? I can't see any elbow joint. I mean, I'm not massively bothered as long as she poses well. She's got ball joint there. And on the feet. But why is there no... Is there an articulation? Yeah, there's a wrist swivel there. The shoulder articulates, but there's no articulation in the elbow. Ball jointed head. That's very strange, that. Figure of this era should have it, you know, default. Let's have a look at the year. 2008, yes, as I expected. Little legacy, classic legacy collection era. Let's check the peg holes. And yeah, I mean, she could benefit from. God, she goes blimey. Look at that. You see, she goes deeper on those peg holes than like 99.9% of the TVC since 2020. That's mad. So she's there. We'll go close on her again in a minute. Let's get Cade out. Oh, and there's a hilt there. Let me not forget that. She's got a spare hilt. Let's get that out. Oh. What's going on there, man? It's weird. It's got a hole in the top of the hilt. But there's no peg on it to put it on a... Yeah, I guess she just holds that, does she? Is she a double lightsaber user? I didn't think she was, but if I could find another blade with a pin in the top of it, I could give her 2 lightsabers. She still looks great though. Right, let's get Cade sorted. And here he is. Pretty cool, man. He's got like a little bit of layer in him. The Han Solo thing with the jacket, I guess. But that reminds me of Darth Bane, actually. That thing there. Oh, look at that. Oh, wow. Look at that weapon, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that shotgun. It's like, now I'm feeling Terminator. I'm feeling a little bit of... I've forgotten his name, the guy. Michael Bihn's character. Did he have a name? Yeah, he did have a name. Like Harris or Reese. Reese. That was it, wasn't it? Reese. Going out on the orders of John Connor. Well, he's got ball jointed elbows there. This is a great figure. I'm loving that. It's just a shame I don't know anything about him, man. I know nothing about it. Maybe I should read this comic. But I do like the look of that, and I know a good figure when I see one. That head is good. The ball joint. Can you take off this whole jacket? I wouldn't really want to. Yeah, it would look crap without the jacket. I'm not messing around with that. This is great. I must get myself, I'll show you the wall of Sith in a minute, but I must get a little wall of Jedi, not just like the obvious ones you see in the prequels, but just like guys like this and Bastila Shan and the classics, EU, Jedi. Right, let's try his peg holes. I can guarantee you, folks, 100%. Like what? Literally 100%. He will go on here like a glove. Let's have a look at his feet there. There you go. What a great figure. I've really enjoyed opening this, folks. As I say, I wasn't going to open this today. I was going to leave it until a little bit later in the year, but that is cool. Obviously, you couldn't display him with Mara Jade and Luke because he's too old. Him, but still, he'd look good on a shelf, man. Like, I've got loads of good-looking Jedi, like Rome Kota, Rome. And I don't even know what to do with this fella. Him. But he could go on a similar shelf, either like that, you know what I mean? A collection of loads together, or just... don't know, I never liked it when I had miscellaneous people from like different eras. The problem with EU shelves, I find, because I like to keep things grouped within era, movie time periods. So if you've got two Jedi stood next to each other, you know, thousands of years apart from each other, it just doesn't work in my mind. I don't like doing it. So I'd sooner just have them on one pedestal each, and that would work. But he is cool, man. I can't get over how good that shotgun is. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go handheld. That is a cool looking figure, man. How about that? How about that? His eyes, man. That's so cool. Look at the weathering as well. Like a paint application on the slightly green on the shoulder there. Yeah, it is a different colour. Look at that. I love it. And there's beautiful paint there. I'm loving that. I want Jason Solo now. That's great. Let's have a look at Talon. Great face, look at that. She's got the intensity of Darth Maul. Yellow Sith eyes. Fits on that pego like a dream. She just knocked over Cade with her lightsaber. And here is the back of her. Oh, I'm so impressed with that. Look at that hilt, that looks so metallic from that angle. Look at that, whoa. And then you got this one here, different one. Maybe that other hilt belongs to somebody else. A bit like when you got Revan, bear with me. The original Revan, oh, I've lost it. He had another lightsaber that he could just hold. It wasn't his hilt, it was Malik's. I think I've got it in Malik's hand actually, it's up there. But that was the deal there. Another good figure, that. Now, there's not much more for me to say. That's brilliant. So impressed with that. Makes me want to get more, but they do cost, usually comic packs like this cost a lot of walnuts. Now, so let's have a look at the Wall of Sith. I look forward to adding Darth Talon to that list. I've put him down there. I like incorporating that figure because let's not forget that he first turned with a blue saber. Plagueis, Maul, Kun, Sidious, Tyrannus, Revan, Vader, Malgus, Nihilus, Bane, and Malak, or Malik. And I think I'm going to do something similar if I can find the right spot in here. Which is, we're always pushed for space, folks, but if I can get a load of Jedi, I'm going to do it, man. It's going to be really cool. All right, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. One last time, real pleasure opening that. Really enjoyed looking at those figures for the first time. If you are new around here, subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment and all that blah-de-blah. This has been Only One Kenobi. Only one. Out.